Question number 4, James Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Does he accept all of the findings regarding his government in the Auditor-General's report into the Saudi Arabia Food Security Partnership? And if not, which findings does he not accept?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Does he accept the finding in the Auditor-General's report that, quote, settlement of a grievance was provided under the guise of a contract for services, end quote?
Mr. Speaker.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes, although the line I would rely on is the one that says the arrangements entered into were lawful use of public resources and public money was spent with appropriate financial authorities in place.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Does he accept her finding that the contract was, quote, a convenient mechanism by which the allocated 10 million, later 11.5 million, was put towards achieving those unstated objectives, end quote?
The Right Honourable
Mr.
Prime
Speaker,
Minister.
yes, but I would rely heavily on the statement she made when she said payments did form part of a legally valid contract for service. Public money was spent within the necessary financial approvals.
Supplementary.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Does he accept the Auditor-General's finding that one of the purposes of the contract was to resolve a diplomatic issue between governments?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes, the government said that one of the objectives was to try and speed up the Gulf States FTA.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Is it now his government's policy to make financial payments to the tune of millions of dollars to any influential individual who can facilitate a trade deal?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, no. As the report says, the arrangements entered into were lawful use of public resources and public money was spent within appropriate financial authorities in place. Mr. Speaker, I think every New Zealander can see that Labor and the Greens completely over-egged this, and now they've been caught embarrassed, and now they're foraging around in the asterisks and the sub-prints, because there's just nothing there that's wrong according to the Auditor-General in the more substantive parts.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
Given that his comment that...
Order. I invite the member to start the question again.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given that his comment that this contract gets us, quote, an agri-business hub which allows us to promote New Zealand, end quote, why was a cameraman employed by New Zealand journalists denied access to the farm, detained by the police and had their equipment confiscated?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I don't have those details. You need to direct them at the ministers.
Okay. Supplementary.
Supplementary question, James Shaw.
How is it that a government who paid $11 million for a, quote, showcase of New Zealand agricultural expertise and technology, end quote, has to ask for permission to even visit the supposed showcase?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we spend a lot of money in the intelligence and security area. I think you might need to ask permission to go and see some of that as well.
Question.